Welcome, everyone, to the ultimate game in the college football season. Everything has built to this, the battle for the national championship and college football immortality, a moment that every young football player grows up dreaming about. And these two teams have survived the expanded playoff grind. They have battled through a regular season, multiple playoff victories, all sorts of challenges and adversity, and they've arrived at this moment, the battle for that precious trophy. As we'll see the number 7 seed in this playoff, the Boise State Broncos, taking on a team from the ACC, the North Carolina Tar Heels. For EA Sports College Football, I'm Chris Fowler, joined as always by Kirk Herbstreit. And this is it. 2 teams enter, 1 team leaves here as national champions. Let's get this going. The kickoff team is out there, and you can feel the energy. 1 game to determine the national championship. That one bounces through the end zone, so they'll start at the 25. First down here for this offense. Motion by the back. Defense better adjust. Makes a quick grab. Oh, what a move. Finds just enough space and makes the first down.
Well, it's so easy to get caught up in the receivers and the quarterback, and your eyes get lost. You forget about the running back. Nice catch and a first down for this offense.
And looking to throw now on first down. He's moving out of the pocket. And he dumps it off to the tight end. Brought down, but not before he gets into enemy territory at the 49.
Chris, a great ability by this quarterback to get outside of the pocket and place the football right where it needs to be for the first down.
And they'll run it out of the shotgun. And the sophomore brought down after an excellent run.
Nothing better than an offense on first down to be able to pick up big positive yards like that. You can either keep giving it to the back, or it can set up play action and get the defense to come up to the line of scrimmage, and you can throw it over top of it.
Running game is working. They'll stick with it on first down. Tackled, but only after picking up a fresh set of downs.
Well, Chris, if you go back to yesterday, remember the offensive coordinator, he seemed to be very confident in the script that he put together. Now we can see why. Controlling the line of scrimmage, allowing his back to have room to run, and when he can run the football like that, get ready for the play action and deep shots downfield.
Defense finally brings him down, but a nice chunk play.
In all of our prep work coming into this national championship, I really wondered how this secondary would hold up against this quarterback and this group of receivers. They better be ready to make some adjustments, because right now, this quarterback is having his way with it.
Quarterback moving out of the pocket, trying to create. On the move, but can't find a receiver, and he's brought down.
There are a lot of times when you see a sack like this, you got to give a lot of credit to the coverage downfield. I don't think the quarterback really felt good about anybody being open, so he held the ball just a little bit too long and allows the defense to come up with the first sack of the game.
Can he reach the end zone? Tackled at the 2 after the completion. The defense really up against it now.
And the defense is so caught up in this guy running the football on this drive, they forgot to defend him coming out of the backfield. Nice positive play here.
Motion by the back will make the defense adjust. And he went backwards after the catch. That'll set up a 4th down now.
Yeah, I really like the idea on 3rd down. I can kind of see the thought process there. Make an unconventional call on 3rd down. Sometimes that can work out. But the defense was just prepped and ready for it this time.
And the field goal is good. It breaks the scoreless tie here, makes it 3-0. So after the field goal, the kicker out there again to boot it away.
Well, they almost put a touchdown on the board, but instead they come away with 3 points.
And so it'll be a touchback, ball spotted at the 25. Fresh set of downs for the offense, first down. Secondary backed up off the ball now. On the shotgun, it's a handoff. They've got him, but he picks up 8 yards. Sets up a nice 2nd and 2. the running back takes the handoff.
Look, I realize on any play call, when it's properly executed, it can go to the house for a touchdown. But the runs that really make a game plan work are the ones where you get just what you need. And he barely got the first down, but he got it.
A solid run, good for first down yardage. To throw, it's Nelson. Delivers from the pocket, complete over the middle. The ball is loose. Looks like the defense has it.
You know, as wide receivers, we get enamored with their size and their speed and their versatility and their ability to make plays after the catch. But none of those things are more important than taking care of the ball. He makes the catch, but he doesn't secure the football, and it's a fumble.
The pass is intercepted. Can he take it all the way? Out past the 30. At the 10. Touchdown, Broncos. And the defense joins the party with a pick six.
Chris, I think the quarterback gets fooled here. He might have thought it was man-to-man coverage. I thought he might go to the outside. He comes back to the middle, and that linebacker's playing zone, reading the quarterback's eyes, steps in front of that throw, and takes it to the house for a touchdown.
The extra point makes it a 4-point game. Kickoff team is on the field. Let's see if they give the returner a chance to bring this one back. And that one will bounce out of the back of the end zone. The offense will start at the 25. And the North Carolina offense is back out there on the field. They moved the ball in the last possession, but a devastating end of the drive, a pick six. And they recover from that right now. A huge hit by the linebacker. A collision of big bodies there.
Well, they don't pick up the first down here, but if you can use the quick passing game to stay ahead of the chains, it definitely helps your offense. And if that defense starts to creep up and take that away, that's when you can take a shot downfield.
Great cut there. The game is enough to move the sticks. Ball at the 40.
You know, offensive linemen are just a certain breed. They're always going to do their job, no matter who's back there carrying the ball. I'll tell you what. They have a little bit more confidence when the person that's carrying the ball can break off some big-time runs. It makes them block just a little bit harder, knowing what he's potentially capable of doing.
Offense coming to the line. They might have a chance for a couple more plays before we reach the end of the quarter. Offense getting set for a second down here to begin the quarter. They'll hand it off. And the sophomore able to bring him down quickly.
Well, the defense coordinator this week all week telling us about gap integrity, not giving this running back any creases at all. Really sound defense on that play.
An important third down attempt for this offense. It's an option look. Pitch play to the back. Jukes to get past the man. Brought down after a big gain in the first down. Defense, no answer for the option that time.
I love this unconventional call by the offense coordinator. Third and medium, a lot of times you're thinking about throwing the football, but instead they're able to run the ball with great execution, and they pick up the first down.
Bringing pressure. Running out of time in the pocket. It's incomplete. He was hit as he threw. Good pass rush there on first down.
Well, everybody talks about sacks, and they're very important. But sometimes just the rush, the pressure, affecting the quarterback is just as effective. He didn't have a clean throwing lane, and they forced the incompletion.
And he's brought down. Good job by the defense getting through the blockers, but we stopped short of the first down.
A lot of times this can be a tough play to defend because you're so concerned with getting pressure on the quarterback. But here the defense does a good job of coming off of coverage and chasing down the receiver.
Short connection to the tight end here. The defense stops him just short of the marker. That'll bring up fourth down.
Really tight coverage here by this defense. Now, they give up the pass underneath, but do a nice job of rallying to the football to keep him short of that first down marker. And now we've got a decision here on 4th down.
So a field goal attempt coming up now. He was on the mark with his last kick, but this one is from 48 yards out. And the attempt is no good. And it's still a 4-point margin after the miss.
Boy, this guy's usually more reliable than this. I thought that was going to be an easy field goal and 3 points, but instead, he misses, so you walk away with nothing.
Shotgun formation. Here's an inside handoff. He's found some room at the 45. An explosive play. Big gain. Spotted down near the 37. First down play call. How aggressive will it be? They'll ride the back again here. They bring him down to the 27. This offense really threatening now. And the clock stops now for the 2-minute warning. A chance to strategize here before we reach halftime. That run, good for a first down. The offense still rolling. Out of the shotgun, he hands it off. A solid 8-yard gain brings up a 2nd and 2.
Chris, it's pretty surreal to get to the national championship in this day and age of college football when everybody wants to spread you out and throw the football. This offense has been pounding the rock all year long. And here, how about the first half? This back is having a big day.
Tight end makes the grab. And he's brought down at the 1-yard line. What a play on the completion.
How many first downs is that on this drive? This defense allows 1 or 2 more drives like this, and they're going to be gassed by the 3rd quarter.
And he makes it into the end zone. Touchdown, BSU. No surprise there, Kirk. It's a red zone touchdown to the big tight end.
Well, the tight ends are usually much more involved down in the red zone because of their size and their skill set allows them to be more effective down in this area. Now, they may not hurt you on the big, long throw, but they can use their bodies to provide the quarterback a nice target when the defense is so condensed.
And that one will bounce out of the back of the end zone. So a touchback will start at the 25. Here comes the North Carolina offense back out onto the field. Not a whole lot of time remaining before halftime to cut into this lead. First play of the drive, they're going to throw the football. Incomplete. They cannot connect on the deep ball. And the Tar Heels will hustle to the line to run the hurry-up offense. From the shotgun now, here's an inside give. Moves his way for a first down to the 35. No huddle here for the offense. Looking to throw it on first down. And he lofts one deep over the middle. Downfield shot falls incomplete. Couldn't quite connect there.
You know, the game often comes down to a play or two, and the offense just missed a huge opportunity for a big play. They're going to have to make some adjustments there and maybe go back to that play and see if they can come up with a big opportunity.
Goes a fastball, but it's intercepted. Big takeaway, now looking for a big return. Brings the interception all the way back. Touchdown, Boise State. And the interception taken to the house, a pick-6 potential game-changing play there.
And nothing gets a defense, and especially a defensive coordinator, more fired up than a pick-6. And let's not forget, give credit to some of those other defenders for making some key blocks to spring that touchdown loose.
No problem with PAT right down the middle. Kick bounces out of the back of the end zone. And the Tar Heels offense is back out on the field. This has been a rough first half. They'll have to regroup in intermission. But in the meantime, let's see if they can get some momentum going. And that one's picked off. What a play.
Well, this guy obviously did what he needed to do to get himself ready for this game. It's a favorable matchup. He's got a lot of confidence. He's already come up with 2 interceptions in this game alone. Locked in on what he needs to do to be in position and making plays for this defense.
So the first play of the drive here coming up. Less than 2 minutes left on the clock. No press here. The defense backing away. That's a nice wrap-up there by the junior.
See, that's how you limit what an offense wants to do. This time, the defense just won the battle up front at the line of scrimmage, not giving up any big plays. Everybody's gap sound, and it's really solid defense on that play.
Now it's second down here. Scanning the field. It's Nelson. He's moving out of the pocket. And it's the senior getting home with the sack. And a timeout is called. Important stage late here in the second quarter.
Well, that's the kind of play right there that this defense has been looking for. Maybe that'll spark them because, let's face it, this game has not gone the way they had hoped. But a play like that sometimes can create some momentum and change the complexion of the football game.
The defense stops him short of the marker, so it's fourth down coming up. And now the defense decides to spend a timeout to regroup a bit. So it looks like they'll bring the field goal unit onto the field. Trying to knock it through from 44 yards away. The kick is good. He knocked it right down the middle. And that will extend their lead even further. So they settled for 3 here, and now the kickoff. So if the opposing offense can answer before halftime. That one bounces through the end zone, so they'll start at the 25. And the North Carolina offense is back out there on the field. They've got a choice here in the final minute. Do they get aggressive, try to cut into this lead, or play it safe and point toward the second half? They bring him down, but a big chunk of yardage on the play. And the Tar Heels will hustle to the line to run the hurry-up offense. On 1st and 10, looking to throw. Trying to get the throw off. And the pass is just thrown away. Clearly intentional grounding. And here comes the penalty marker. Getting set. Here's second down. Quarterback sets up, looking for an open man. Oh, it's picked off. What a play. It's a short return. They make the tackle at the 25. But what a play for this defense.
Chris, that's back-to-back drives now that this offense has thrown interceptions. They've got to be able to regroup on the sideline, adjust their schemes, maybe their personnel groupings and formations, try to find a new way to attack because right now, this isn't working.
Tackle behind the line. It's a loss of 2.
Well, setting the edge, a lot of times you'll rely on that offensive tackle to do the job at the line of scrimmage. Sometimes it's a tight end or maybe the H-back. But someone has got to set the edge of the line of scrimmage to give them a spot to go. If you're not able to do that, you're not able to turn the corner and make a big play.
Minute's going to wrap up the first half here. Let's kick it down to Kevin Connors with our halftime update. Doesn't bring the kick out. Touchback. They'll start at the 25. And here comes the Boise State offense back out on the field. And they'll start the third quarter here on the ground. That's a solid gain. Moves the ball to the 29.
Nice job here of controlling the line of scrimmage by this offensive line. The back does what he needs to do to get positive yards on first down.
A gain makes it second and medium. They'll try the left side with a toss. Stopped short of the marker after just a short gain. solid gain on the running play. Third down now. Quarterback's got it on the option. Pitches to the back. They make the tackle, but enough for a first down. Textbook execution on the option.
Boy, just a blown opportunity here by this defense. They got him to third down, a chance to potentially get them off the field. And the fact that they're trailing, they needed to make a play. But you got to give credit to this offense. In the national championship, that big offensive line opened up a hole, and they pick up the first down and keep working clock.
Offense getting set. Second down play here. They're going to run it. Tackle made after a nice pickup on the play.
Well, these are the type of runs that begin to wear down your defense psychologically. Already have the lead, come out with a nice big gain, and this defense is thinking, oh no, here we go again. Really nice statement here to get this second half started.
And the Broncos pick up enough yardage to move the sticks. Going with the old counter run here. They'll stop him behind the line for a loss of 1.
Really tough to run a good counter play when the linebackers aren't fooled at all. This time they get down in a hurry into the line of scrimmage to make that play.
Second down play coming up for this offense. Here's the toss play. Runner heads outside. And they finally stop him, but a decent gain that time. Offense been in reverse here. Now a long way to go to convert this third down. Dropping back. We're going to throw for the first down. Cannot escape that ferocious pass rush. It's a sack.
I think that was a coverage sack as much as anything. They sat back in a dime defense with 6 defensive backs, and none of them blitzed. They just sat back in coverage, and the defensive line eventually came up with a sack.
And the returner will be brought down. And here comes the North Carolina offense back out onto the field. This drive is important. Last one ended in an interception. Let's see if they can get it going here. First down. We're going to throw the football. He's moving out of the pocket now. Scrambling. Now he'll make the throw. Finds the receiver wide open. Tackle made after a big gain.
What a pitch and catch by the quarterback and receiver for a big gain for this offense.
They'll try the ground game here with the running back. The gain is 3 yards, so 2nd and 7.
You know, in the era that we live in right now, everybody wants to spread the field around, try to create space, try to create one-on-one matchups, and the defense is countered over the years by trying to play out wide. But here's a great example. The defense has the ability to play wide, but still be solid at the line of scrimmage and not give up big run plays.
Third down. The offense desperately needs a conversion here, trailing in the third quarter. They'll run the option. And now it's fumbled. What a decision. The defense recovers, trying to run this back now.
Well, already playing with the lead here in the national championship, this defense is opportunistic. Eyes on the football, running to the ball in good team pursuit. When that ball hits the ground, they jump on top of it for a critical turnover.
Shotgun formation. Here's an inside give. They bring him down, but that's a solid gain on the play.
Boy, another nice gain by this back. He has had a beautiful day today running the football, just kind of in that zone, and a big reason why they have a nice lead today.
And then first down, right back to the running game. Defense gets him down, but they'll take the gain on that play.
Another positive gain by this back. I'll tell you, between the offensive line sustaining blocks and this back's vision and ability to explode into that second level of this defense, this guy is having a monster day in the biggest stage of all in the national championship.
Here we go, first play of the quarter. Offense setting up for a second down play.
Here we go.
There's the handoff. Tackled behind the line. It's a loss of 2.
Well, these obvious running situations are very tough when you're working with the lead late in the game because you know the defense is going to stack the line of scrimmage, make it as difficult as possible for you to run the football. So nice job there by the defense. They're trying to punch that ball out, do anything they can at all to get the ball back.
Goes backwards, losing 3 yards there.
This running back's had a big night, kind of night you dream about, but the defense finally steps up and gets to him behind the line of scrimmage.
So on 4th down now, out comes the field goal unit. Right down the middle. And they add to their lead.
Yeah, I was watching this guy in pregame. He has got a strong leg. I'm surprised here he's able to put 3 points up here for the offense.
And that one will bounce out of the back of the end zone. The offense will start at the 25. And the Tar Heels offense is back out on the field. They moved the ball into plus territory last time, but it ended in a fumble. They can't do that again, trailing on the scoreboard. The tackle is made, but there's a flag on the field. See what that's about. And the head coach will decide to accept the penalty and take the yardage.
Okay,
First down play call coming up. How aggressive will it be? They'll come out throwing here to start the drive. Fires it to the wideout. Looks downfield and finds a receiver who worked his way wide open. No stopping him. Takes it all the way. Touchdown, Tar Heels.
This guy can do it all. We've seen him go behind coverage and make plays downfield. We can see him catch the ball underneath just like this. And when he catches a football, he is so dangerous after the catch. This one leads him into the end zone for the 6 points.
Now a 2-point conversion attempt coming up.
Ringo. Jackrabbit.
A pop pass on the jet sweep. And he runs it in for the 2-point conversion, but there's a penalty marker on the field. Let's hear what this is about. The defensive penalty is declined. Offense very happy to take the result of that play. And they make the recovery in the onside kick. The offense keeps it for another possession.
Hey, you're down a couple scores. This is an outstanding call to try to get this football back. That's the first step in coming back. Now, let's try to steal a score here and see if you can do it all over again.
Trying to create outside the pocket now. Dumps it down to the back. Caught. They bring him down, but the gain moves the ball into enemy territory at the 43. And the Tar Heels looking to crank up the tempo a bit. On 1st and 10 here, looking to throw the ball. They'll try a pass here. Oh, a nice play by the defender. Got a hand in there to break up the pass.
Chris, as this game evolves every year with college football, we see more and more versions of some kind of spread offense. It puts so much pressure on this linebacker position because they're asked to do so much. This linebacker is able to sit back in zone, be comfortable in space, make the right read, and be able to be in place to knock the ball away.
After the incompletion, QB tries it again on 2nd and 10. And it's incomplete, just out of the reach of the receiver.
Well, they don't connect here, but this is what you have to do. It's late in the...
Hold on here a second. The replay booth has signaled they want to take another look at this one. So after taking a closer look, the officials will overturn that previous ruling. And the Tar Heels lining up here on 1st and 10. Here's the snap, looking to throw. Wow, Wow, a third pick tonight by the QB. After a short return, he's tackled at the 18. What an enormous takeaway by this defense.
Just a great job of anticipating that and coming up with a big interception by this defense. Because they have this lead, they've really forced this offense to become one-dimensional. They're expecting the ball to be into the air. The defensive backs have their eyes on the ball, and they're able to capitalize with a big pick here in the national title.
We get him down at the 41, but that's good enough for a first down.
Man, just complimentary football, really, in a nutshell. They get this football back thanks to their own defense, creating that turnover, working with the lead like this. Really, it's all but over. Now the offense is just thinking about running the football and working that clock.
Oh, it's a reverse. And he's able to find some running room. Nice pickup.
Hey, I'm a fan of any time you can get the ball into his hands, I think it's a win. Didn't go for a huge amount of yards, but it's the threat of what it potentially can do, and it gives him another opportunity to get his hands on the football.
Offense getting set up. Here's second down. And they'll just try to run some clock here, keeping it on the ground. And they tackle him, but not before he picks up the first.
Yeah, I like this call here late in a game like this with the lead. Nothing too fancy, just right up the middle. Trust that offensive line and this running back and just keep working that clock.
And that run is good for first down yardage. A new set of downs for this offense. He'll hand it off. And they try the middle, but stuck for no gain. And now it's the defense that calls timeout here, trying to get organized and preserve as much clock as possible. Second down play coming up. They get him down, but not before he moves the football to the 32. Now a timeout taken by the defense, trying to preserve as much clock as possible for their offense. They continue to pound away on the ground. Brings up a 1st and 10. From the shotgun, handoff inside.
Chris, you know, the spread era over the years has always grown offensively, but what I've been always impressed with the defenses that really build their defense to play in space still have an ability to be sound at the line of scrimmage and defend a running game. It's exactly what we saw right there.
And the ball is handed off out of the shotgun. They'll stop him behind the line for a loss of 1.
Now, the defensive coordinator must be thinking, it's about time. This running back has just destroyed this defense, and this time they're able to get into that backfield and come up with a nice play.
And from the shotgun, an inside handoff. Takes him about 3 yards there, but it's going to be 4th down. So now on 4th down, out comes the field goal unit. And a chance here to build the lead, make it a 3-score game in the final quarter. No problem, knocks it right through. And that will extend their lead even further.
Oh, Chris, it's a nice kick here to polish off that drive with at least 3 points up on the board.
Getting set to kick off after extending the lead with the field goal, the offense knows they have a long way to go and not much time to get there. And that one will bounce out of the back of the end zone, so a touchback will start at the 25. The North Carolina offense is back out there on the field. This has been a rough game for these guys. Not much left to do but play for pride. First play of the drive, they'll come out throwing. And now in the final couple minutes, here's a deep shot. And he's intercepted for the 4th time tonight. Not a long return, but the important thing, the pick wipes out a scoring threat. The offense will take over from the 29.
Oh, man, Chris, I really thought this offense had a chance to get back into this game. The only thing you'd hate to see is the interception. But give credit to the defense. They come up with a big play that potentially ices the game.
Offense makes their way on the field. They'll run it from the gun. Stop after a small gain. Now looking at 2nd and 9. Looking to throw. It's Nelson. And he floats this pass deep down the right side. It's a huge gain. He's got it inside the 30. The tackle is made, and now it's official. We have our national champions. Well, it wasn't a flawless performance, Kirk. They looked pretty good out there today and a very satisfying W.
I think this group has a chance to do some really special things this year. They clearly have talent to be able to work with. I've been impressed with how this head coach managed the game and led his team to a victory.
Well, that's going to do it for us and wrap up another outstanding season of college football. For Kirk Herbstreit, I'm Chris Fowler. This has been a presentation of EA Sports College Football. Officially, your kings of the college football world and national champions, the Boise State Broncos.